Always be safe in the mountains. Okay, dropping in 5. Whoa. So that's how my week ended. This is how it started. So since last time we spoke, I drove my truck way too much, so it got super warm. This should be interesting here. So naturally, I burned a bunch of jet fuel by flying down to Jackson Hole and jumped into hot springs.
It smells like I farted 100 times.
Jackson Hole. It was actually the first place I ever went in the US to ski. Me and my buddy Vegard went to Jackson 6 years ago and blew our knees. MCL, PCL, meniscus and ACL. And kind of the first place where I realized that there's huge differences in resort culture. Around the world, we hadn't really seen signs like this before. Huge areas just completely shut off from skiing, and insistence on how good you have to be to ski the rest of it. Yep, definitely a double back diamond. Whereas back in Europe, you can do whatever you want. Nobody's going to stop you from accessing the craziest terrain just straight off the lift. So yeah, I thought it'd be cool to do this second episode as a comparative analysis of resort culture around the world.
This is a ski resort.
Eventually it did start snowing. So we ventured beyond the resort. Callum just bought a new sled yesterday and it died. We got literally like 5 minutes out. So we're one man down. Callum's an efficient slednik though.
Traded it up, swapped the rack, and here I am, back before noon almost.
He also knows where to go when the big terrain's sketchy. Alright, enjoy. Surf the wave. Back to the resorts. In Tromsø, where I grew up skiing, you can access all of 2.2 square kilometers of terrain at the ski hill. Here in Whistler, which is the largest resort in North America, you have 252 square kilometers, which is about half of the 3 valleys in the Alps at 493. The Alps also beats North America in elevation, especially elevation above tree line. But North America gets way more snow. Japan gets a lot too, but Japan's pretty flat. And regulation, of course, is a huge difference. I tried to ask some of the patrollers at Whistler about it, but they wouldn't talk to me because of the new management they have from Vail Resorts. Brendan, who's a patroller at Jackson Hole, was happy to inform me though.
For us here, it's about, is it skiable and safe for the public? And then as a patroller, can we get a toboggan and perform a rescue?
I was actually rescued just down here in 2012.
Were you really?
Yeah, I blew my knee out.
Oh, no shit.
That's me enjoying that toboggan access.
We want to open stuff as fast as we can, but we want to be safe about it.
So I guess the paradox here is that the more liberal North American societies restricts the individual liberty of skiers more than the paternalistic European societies do. So I pull up to get gas because of, this thing. And I see a good example of how you can be super strict at resorts, but still super liberal at the same time. Then there's location. I feel like here in North America, they kind of build resorts wherever they think skiing will be good. Like in the trees, on good hills where it snows a lot. Whereas in Europe, they'll just build a tram to the craziest peak you can find. This here is the location for the latest resort development where I'm from. These big alpine peaks, like you have pretty much everywhere in Norway. Naturally, they chose to build a resort down on this flat swamp. I feel like the Norwegian way is to find the smallest, most wind-blown, south-facing hill and build a resort there. I've been really stuck. Oliver had to get my sled up the tricky part. Oliver's a skier and a sled sensei. Not sure what I'd do without him. I got stuck under my sled and this girl had to drag me out of there. I was just screaming for help. Like, I can complain as much as I want about rules and regulations and lift lines and all that, but I've been stuck so many times today. And to skin here, that'd be pretty far. So yeah. Much love to you, resorts. I like you. Sorry about all the hate earlier. And yeah, I'm going home to Tromsø next one, so gonna see some night riding. There's no sun there. Still sunny here though. Okay, well, enjoy your sunset run.
You as well.